Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 23rd of March 2024. This day is famous for the celebration of World Meteorological Day. World Meteorological Day is celebrated on 23rd of March every year to attract attention towards the weather and climate for the safety and well-being of the society. On 23rd of March 1950, the World Meteorological Organization came into force. From the Indian history point of view, Martyrs' Day or Shaheed Divas is observed in India. On several dates, March 23 is remembered as the day when three brave freedom fighters, namely Bhagat Singh, Shivaram Rajguru and Sukhdev Thapar, were hanged by the British. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper The Hindu states that the Islamic State group claimed responsibility for an attack on a Moscow concert hall that killed several people. Several gunmen burst into the concert hall on the edge of Moscow and sprayed visitors with automatic gunfire, killing and wounding dozens and starting a massive blaze. The attack, which Russian authorities are investigating as terrorism, is the deadliest in Russia in recent years. A massive blaze is seen over the Krasnoyarsk City Hall on the western edge of Moscow on March 22, 2024. The Islamic group claimed responsibility for a gun attack on Moscow Concert Hall on March 22nd, which Russian authorities said killed 62 people. IS fighters attacked a large gathering on the outskirts of the Russian capital Moscow, the group said in a statement on the Telegram messaging application. The Hindu newspaper also states that Princess of Wales Kate Middleton says she is having a chemotherapy after a cancer discovery. Kensington Palace said it would give no further details about the type of cancer. It said she was on a recovery pathway and the preventative chemotherapy had begun in February 2024. A screen grab from the video message posted by the Princess of Wales Kate Middleton. Britain's Princess of Wales Catherine Kate Middleton said on March 22nd she was undergoing preventative chemotherapy after tests taken following major abdominal surgery in January revealed cancer had been present. The Hindu newspaper also states that the CAA, Muslim exclusion and the lens of this right. The issue of Muslim exclusion in the Citizenship Amendment Act needs to be seen in a broader context of right-wing politics. In September 1947, photo of hundreds of Muslim refugees crowded on top train leaving New Delhi for Pakistan. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, while speaking at a conclave, recently gave two reasons during the discussion for the exclusion of Muslims from Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh in the recently implemented Citizenship Amendment Act CAA 2019. The first is partition and the second is that as these Muslim countries are officially Islamic states, the case of persecution against Muslims does not arise. The Hindu newspaper also states that loyal to India, say Gilani's granddaughter and Shabir Shah's daughter in public notes. In two separate notices published in a local daily, Greater Kashmir, Shabir Shah's daughter Sama Shabir and Gilani's granddaughter Roa Shah stated that they have no inclination towards the separatist ideology. Kashmiri separatist leader Said Ali Shah Gilani. Kin of two separatist leaders, late Hurriyat leader Said Ali Shah Gilani and banned Democratic Freedom Party DFP chairman Shabir Shah, have issued public notices through a local daily in Kashmir disassociating themselves from the separatist outfits. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Modi announces 10,000 crore support for Bhutan over next 5 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Bhutanese counterpart Shreyang Tobgay in Bhutan on Friday. New Delhi, India will provide rupees 10,000 crore as a financial support to Bhutan over the next 5 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced on Friday as the two sides signed 6 agreements to bolster cooperation in areas ranging up from energy to space. Hindustan Times also states that Bengal launched Log Sabha portal. TMC calls it poll meddling complaints to EC. Election Commission of India against West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose, accusing him of interfering with the election process ahead of the Lok Sabha poll. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose. Hindustan Times also states that India's strong economic performance stands out amidst sluggish global growth, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says. Notwithstanding global headwinds, India looks forward to bright outlook for the new financial year beginning April 1st on the back of the strong growth, continued public investments, stable inflation, growing private consumption, and the prospects of normal monsoon. The Union Finance Ministry said on Friday in its monthly economic review. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, Reserve Bank of India takes stock of domestic and global economic situation. In the meeting, which was held in Nagpur under the chairmanship of Governor Shaktikant Das, the board discussed the challenges posed by the geopolitical developments and the global financial market volatility. The Reserve Bank of India said in a release. Days ahead of Monetary Policy Committee MPC meeting, the Central Board of Directors of the Reserve Bank of India met Friday and took stock of the domestic and global economic situation. The Reserve Bank of India's 6-member MPC is scheduled to meet from April 3 to 5. The rate setting panel is likely to keep the repo rate, the key policy rate, unchanged at 6.5% in order to meet the 4% inflation target. In February, the CPI or retail inflation stayed flat at 5.09% against 5.1% recorded for the month of January. India has bright outlook for the next fiscal finance ministry. The monthly economic review for February also said inclusion of Indian bonds in the Bloomberg bond index from January 2025 should bolster inflows. India grew about 8% for 3 consecutive quarters, reaffirming its position as a standout performer amid sluggish global growth trends. Insurance is anyway a difficult product to buy. 18% GST makes it costly. Tarun Chugh, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance, says he would be happy if there is a review of the government decision last year to withdraw tax soaps for high-value policies. Chugh, whose company manages assets worth rupees 1.10 lakh crore, tells George Matthew that 18% goods and service tax GST. Tarun Chugh, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance, says he would be happy if there is a review of the government decision the last year to withdraw tax soaps for high-value policies. Tarun Chugh, whose company manages assets worth rupees 1.10 lakh crore, tells George Matthew that 18% of goods and service tax GST or insurance makes it costly for people to buy the product. Excerpts from an interview. Now going to some world news, including as Kate Middleton announces her treatment for cancer. A look at recent events that have fueled rumors. Kate Middleton, Princess of Wales, diagnosed with the cancer. Moscow concert attack. Kremlin says 40 killed or 100 wounded, deadliest in recent years. Don't mess with the England flag, says Prime Minister Rishi Sunak as soccer kit gets update. 65 migrants' bodies are found in Libya mass grave, says IOM. British man who poisoned a couple with the fentanyl monitored their death via application, sentenced to life. Going towards the science and technology, NASA to cut budget for Chandra, the 24-year-old X-ray telescope. NASA's latest budget proposal cuts the budget for both the Chandra X-ray telescope and the Hubble Space Telescope. Artist's impression of the Chandra X telescope. Scientists find Shiva and Shakti, earliest budding blocks of Milky Way. Scientists have discovered that what could be the Milky Way's earliest building blocks and named them Shiva and Shakti. Unveiling the Milky Way's fiery past, astronomers discovered traces of ancient galaxies, Shiva and Shakti, that merged to form our galaxy. Russia suffers another space setback as Soyuz aborted at last minute. Russia's Soyuz spacecraft experienced an abort just 21 seconds before a launch to the International Space Station. A Russian Soyuz spacecraft meant to carry 3 astronauts to the International Space Station went through a rare abort on the launch pad just 21 seconds before it was supposed to launch. Specialists work near the Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft following its launch cancellation at Baikonur Cosmodrome, Kazakhstan, March 21, 2024. Researchers to study Saturn, Uranus, and Auroras with the Webb telescope. Researchers will use previous Webb telescope observing timed steady auroras on Saturn and Uranus. Artist's illustration of auroras on Saturn. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Hazrat Omar Farooq al-Azam radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Says a famous quotation says that, "Why have you made slaves of those whose mothers had given birth to them free?" He also says a famous quotation says that the person who calls himself learned, indeed he is ignorant, and the one who calls himself from the dwellers of paradise, surely he is from the dwellers of the hell. He also says a famous quotation says that fear your sins more than you fear the enemy, as your sins are more dangerous to you than your enemy. Okay, thank you.